Hi, I'm Hope Villanueva, and I am a prior AGE Legacy Playwright Grant winner. I started writing, probably privately for myself when I was little, but I didn't really start playwriting until I was in college. I was a biology major and was not in theater at all, and I took a playwriting class on a whim, and that's kind of where it all started. But I don't think I would have called myself a playwright right away. I stepped away from writing for a bunch of years after college and kind of came back to it at the behest of an artistic director when I was working in Hawaii, who had heard that I had a writing background and sort of nudged the heck out of me until I started writing again, and that would have been in like 2008. And I've sort of been doing it ever since. I am definitely a coffee shop writer. I don't do well in silence. I actually do better in a loud place than I do in a quiet place. I think I need stimulation, and definitely music. I'm big on having earphones and something running that is not necessarily like it would be for that play, but tonally and energetically with what I'm working on. I find that that's super helpful. So the play that I won the grant with is called Buzz, and it's about 3 female scientists out in the wilderness who are trying to save the bees and find the hive of murder hornets that are taking over that forest in the Northwest. And one of them, the leader of the scientific project, has sort of been getting pressure as she has gotten older. She's had a few injuries in the last couple of years, and is feeling like her industry is trying to push her out. And that sort of manifests itself in these magical realism dream sequences where she sees a giant hornet, like a great big evil rock star that is trying to kill her and kill the bees, who also appear as these sort of funny humanoid little cartoony characters. It's a story about the pressures that we put on women that we don't put on men, the expectations that women put on themselves, and the choices that we have to make between life and career and balancing all of those things. And I think my favorite part of Buzz has been watching people respond to that. I've definitely had women who were in science or had family who were in science who've commented on the accuracy of those scenes. I think it's weird, it's quirky, I hope it's funny, and honest, I hope. If you were looking to support a playwright, the best thing you can actually give us is time. Most of us write our plays alone, after work, on our lunch break, and we're not getting paid anything extra for that. So what I find is the ways you can purchase our time for our writing that don't require us to be stuffing it in between all of the other parts of our lives. Something like the AGE grant literally allowed me to finish paying off grad school and take a pause between my regular gigs that I make a living doing, which is also in theater. I'm very lucky to do that, but let me pause and actually focus on my writing. Any sort of workshops that I've been a part of, it's been the same thing, where they've been able to pay me to take off of work for a week, have me there, house me, so that all of my sort of animal needs are taken care of, and all I have to do is focus on the writing. I think people who don't write or don't create can't totally understand the toll it takes on a person to sit there and conjure things up from nothing. And it does take a lot, and the best thing you can do is give us time. I've got a couple things coming up. This last year I was a Dramatists Guild inaugural National Fellow, so that was very cool. And I am an upcoming Kennedy Center local artist residency holder. I'll be doing that very soon and working on a TYA adaptation of The Nutcracker, which is very exciting. And knock on wood, there are some things coming down the pipe for Buzz very soon that are being talked about. So crossing fingers and looking forward to all of that.